All right, so for a lot of people, coffee is ingrained into their daily lives, whether it's just a cup in the morning or several throughout the day. But it's in many other drinks besides coffee, including Panera Bread's so-called charged lemonade. Now, that is currently being blamed for allegedly causing 2 deaths.
Now, this is all sparking renewed debate over how much caffeine is too much and the dangerous effects it can have on our bodies. So joining us now is NBC News medical contributor Dr. John Torres. Dr. Torres, great to see you. Happy New Year. So let's go over some numbers right now, right? The caffeine content in like a can of Coke, 34 milligrams, 12-ounce Red Bull, 100 milligrams. So talk to us about limits. How much caffeine is even okay to consume on a regular basis?
So what they recommend, the FDA, and the words are careful, for healthy adults, and so we're talking about people that have no other health issues, 400 milligrams a day. But that's 400 milligrams over a day's time period, not 400 milligrams all at once or very quickly. And it depends on your own health condition, your body weight, how big you are. And it also depends if you're pregnant. They're saying 200 milligrams is the limit in that case. And so a lot of it depends, 400 milligrams being the top level.
Now, what is the actual risk here? What physically happens to our bodies when we do consume too much caffeine?
So caffeine is one of those things that can be helpful in small amounts and it can be harmful in larger amounts. And by that, I mean, we know it increases our alertness, it increases our ability to do other things. In the Army, the military has looked into that as well, as stimulating people and keeping them awake on long missions, things like that. But if you start getting too much, it can start heart palpitations, rapid heart rates, anxiety, shakiness, all these different things. And so that's why we're saying you want to be careful, especially if you have health conditions, especially if you have heart conditions. Too much can be harmful.
If you are trying to avoid caffeine, we hear obviously there's decaf coffee. What about those alternative drinks that have like taurine and other ingredients? Are those a good alternative?
So the main thing here is that moderation is the key in anything, whether it's caffeine or taurine or any of the other energy drink supplements or contents they have in them. You want to make sure that you're taking it appropriately, you're not taking too much, and it's not causing issues. If you're having issues with anxiety, you can't sleep at night, racing heart, then you need to cut back on those things.
Okay. And if we sort of look at the short term and the long term, in the short term, how long does it actually take for caffeine to wear off and exit our body? But also in the long term, what could that sort of withdrawal look like?
So caffeine gets out of our body fairly quickly. So within a few hours, the caffeine is going to be gone. And that's why people typically get cups of coffee throughout the day. But as far as caffeine, it's a dependency we get on caffeine itself. And so if you do go without caffeine for a few days, you can go 2 to 9 days of caffeine withdrawal.
Wow.
And most of us have experienced that, where we haven't gotten caffeine. You get that headache, you get that kind of, you're irritable, you're not as agreeable with other people, and those kinds of things. And so you want to make sure that if you do end up coming off caffeine, you do it carefully and you do it slowly so you don't get those withdrawal symptoms.
Wow, 2 to 9 days. I didn't know it lasts that long.
It lasts a long time.
All right, NBC News medical contributor Dr. John Torres. Dr. Torres, thank you.
You bet.